Some things I agreed with the governor on in that State of the State and budget address. I thought he made a lot of sense on education. You know, the concept that we can throw money at a problem and get positive results is a proven failure. He addressed that. You know, the idea that failing teachers should be allowed to continue to teach year after year after year. So I agree with him on his proposal to have a quicker process to get rid of teachers who aren't getting it done. And the flip side, we have so many great teachers. Why not reward the best teachers and, you know, kind of say, hey, you're doing a great job. We really appreciate what we're doing. So I couldn't agree with the governor more on some of those education proposals and also more charter schools. Let's have innovation and new ideas and competition, and our kids will be the beneficiaries. I also loved how he highlighted Fort Drum. You know, frankly, I wasn't aware of the casualty toll from Fort Drum, 323 soldiers from that great unit, 10th Mountain Division, killed in action. They've really been the tip of the spear as far as the war on terror, the most deployed unit. I was so pleased to see him highlight and honor what our guys up at Fort Drum and our girls up at Fort Drum have done for not just our state, but our whole country. And I was glad to see the focus on counterterrorism and homeland security as part of his address. You know, the second we let our guard down is when we're going to be sorry. Thomas Jefferson said the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and that's exactly what we have to do, and I think the governor's focus on that is a realization of that fact. Where I didn't agree with him on was some of the economic policies. You know, the governor has set himself up as the central player in the New York State economy. If you jump through his hoops, if you meet his standards, you'll get millions, in some cases billions. And central planning doesn't work. The chief executive of a state or a country cannot make the economic decisions for a big, diverse state of 19 million people. It's just not possible. The free market should do that. What I wish he said was, hey, let's take the billions and billions that we spend on what I'll call corporate welfare, for lack of a better term. We're number one in the country in corporate welfare. We spend 5 times more than any other state on corporate welfare. Let's take all of that, most of that, even some of that to start and turn it into across-the-board tax relief that impacts everyone. I never once heard the phrase unfunded mandates from the governor today. And this is my third budget address / state of the state since I've been in the Assembly. I don't think I've ever heard him mention it, and he certainly didn't mention it today. And when we talk about property taxes, certainly the school districts and the localities need to be as fiscally disciplined as possible, but it's very difficult to do that when a state lobs mandate after mandate after mandate upon these local governments. So that he didn't address that was very telling. And another thing not addressed was reform. You know, he kind of rolled out the old, oh, let's pay for political campaigns and that'll fix the system, as if that's done any good in New York City. What I wanted to hear was term limits, no pensions for felonious lawmakers, and you know, frankly, he's sitting up there with Sheldon Silver, who you know is bogged down by scandal. He's been in that position for 20 years. No reform can happen in the New York State government as long as one of the 3 men in the room is Sheldon Silver. So I would have liked to hear the governor acknowledge that. I'm looking forward to a great session. There's a lot of work to do, and you know, let's get it all together, Republicans and Democrats, upstate and downstate. Let's make it happen for our state now. There's no time to waste.